Morning, Trainiacs. Trying out the Vasa trainer to A, get that nice high elbow catch, and B, when I'm like dangling my legs over the end of the Vasa trainer, like feeling that a little bit of tension in the lower back to keep the heels at the surface of the water, get rid of any bit of sinky legs. Now, one big thing that all swimmers, all triathletes especially, have to do to get rid of that sinky leg feeling is get a proper kick. Now, if you have a proper kick, it can be your best friend. It can keep you level with the water, it can get rid of that sinky leg feeling, it can give you a little bit of propulsion, it can keep you balanced, it can help your body rotate, all without losing oxygen. Now, if you don't do it right, it can be your worst enemy. You can lose oxygen, you can swim offline, you can become really wiggly in the water, actually slowing yourself down while working harder. So today we're gonna talk about if your triathlon swim kick is your best friend or your worst enemy. How to make it your best friend. So, Trainiacs, I want to share with you, with regards to this triathlon swim kick being your best friend or your worst enemy, a comment from one of the athletes who took part in the virtual training camp back in December. And he sent me this email that got me thinking about it. And what he says in this email is in regards to some progress that he's made in the swimming recently. And he said, I wanted to make sure it wasn't a fluke, but this week I broke the 140 per 100 yard mark. My swim times have consistently been in the 130s 3 times this week. Now, for reference, going back to December, before the virtual camp, I was in the 2-minute range for my 100s in lane 2. The master swim goes from lane 1 being the slowest to lane 6 being the fastest, and today I got bumped to lane 4 and held a consistent 136 per 100 yards, all thanks to the 4 swims a week with the Team Trainiac platform. Well, awesome, Robyn, but as I always say, you're the one doing the work. And for reference, here and here are the Garmin files showing the progress that he made starting before the Team Trainiac virtual camp to just this past week. So you can see that he's getting like minutes and minutes faster over the course of his race. Why did he do this? The only thing that we worked on was the kick, but not how you would expect. So what I want to show you here is the footage that Robyn sent me. Robyn is the Trainiac who's been making this progress, and he's agreed that we can share this because he's so pumped about his swim progress. And there are a few things that I want to show you. So number one is take a look at how wide his legs are. Now, I've talked about keeping your legs in a nice narrow 1.5 foot wide channel. Well, Robyn's legs are getting really wide there. Now, they're also kind of going back and forth. So if you look at, say, his body line right now going that way, take a look at when he swims and breathes on the other side. All of a sudden, it goes the other way. So it's not that straight log or swim like an arrow drill and progression that we talk about in the Foundations of Swimming booklet that we're coming out with. He's kind of going back and forth, and what is causing that is the kick, because it's spreading wide and he's got to balance his kick out with his body. Now go a little bit forward and we'll show you under the water. Even though you'd think that, say, this nice big wide kick is really powerful, really forceful, what you can see is as we go forward, there's spots where right there, this is his body line in the water, and he's got this entire area down here that's creating drag. We want to have those heels up at the surface of the water up here, and even when you kick down, being underneath that body line so that you stay nice and streamlined. Now, as we go forward, you can just see that his legs right there, they're dragging, and his entire body line is pointed down. And this is what the kick is supposed to fix. It's supposed to alleviate that. Thank you, Robyn. It's not meant to propel you forward because with triathletes, we run and we are older, so we're not as nimble. Our legs and ankles don't go like this. They kind of just go like that. So we're never going to have a kick like Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps even only has a kick that propels him about 15% of his total propulsion. So in our case, we are like 0 to 2 or 3% of our total propulsion. So working on our kick to propel us forward, it's not going to help us. But working on our kick to get those heels close to the surface of the water and keep that body line nice and straight, which is what Robyn worked on, plays a big part in our swim speed. So now we get into what did Robyn work on? Well, it's the drills that I talk about a lot of the time that you can get for free if you go to triathlontaren.com/swim drill program. And through that, we're actually revamping that program and we're developing this Foundations of Swimming booklet and accompanying videos so that you have an exact progression depending on where you are in your swim to know which drills to do. But the drills that he did were largely just working on his kick and getting that kick so that he would put his face down in the water with a snorkel, look straight down at the bottom of the pool, instead of up with a kickboard, putting your head out of the water and your feet then going down. So he would go out, get a nice tight body line, look straight down at the bottom of the pool, and focus on kicking with his heels just kissing out of the surface of the water and his feet in a channel that's only about 1.5 feet wide. And in doing that, he's developing the body stiffness here to eliminate that side to side that he was doing. He's also developing the awareness to get those heels up to the surface of the water without kicking madly. So what he's saying in all of his reports on teamtrainiac.com are that he's consistently getting faster, it's feeling easier, he's probably got more range to continue going because he's just, well, what are we at? 6 months since the virtual camp that we did, and he's still making consistent progress. So if you get the swim kick wrong, if it's too loose, if it's too wiggly, if it's too wide, if it's too intense, if it's not intense enough, it is actually going to cause that drift down and that sinking in the water or that side to side movement. If you get it right, which you really can only do with some very well thought out drills because our body awareness in the water is almost zilch, so just saying, oh, I'm just going to improve my kick doesn't work that way. You've got to have a series of drills that cue you to be able to improve that kick. Get your feet up close to the surface of the water while not kicking madly so that you save oxygen, you don't lose breath, and you finish the swim very confidently, panic-free every single race. Well, now you're too bright. So thanks, Robyn, for letting me share that. Awesome work on what you're doing. 4 swims a week. That's huge. You're now at a point that you can probably go into maintenance mode with 2, maybe 3 swims a week when the other training becomes a little bit too much and save a little bit of time there. But we are going to do another check-in with Robyn now and see what he can improve on at this point. Now, if any of you want to get this swim drill series, work on your kick, like I said, go to triathlontaren.com/swim drill program. It's free. It's not customized like I did for Robyn, but it'll help you out if you find that you are having some similar difficulties. All right? Go check that out later, Trainiacs. This is so nice. Came out here in my swim trunks because I'm an adult. Even though Kim and I go to sleep at about 8:30 p.m. every night, apparently we party. I didn't choose the pillow. I didn't. I don't decorate. Later, Trainiacs.